Afternoon, grade 8. Today we are going to start with chapter 13 to talk about the most important spelling rule that are rules of capitalizations. Before I start with rules of capitalization, I have to remind you of the meaning of capitalization, or we have to discuss together what does capitalization mean. It means to use capital letters instead of lowercase letters or instead of small letters. As you see here, I have the capital A, small a, the capital T, and the small t and the capital T in my name. So capitalization means to use this one, the capital T, to write my name. Let us now start with discussing the rules regarding capitalization use. First of all, or let me start with the very first one, that is, we must grade 8 capitalize the first letter of the first word in any sentence. We must capitalize the first letter of the first word in any sentence, just like here in the example that I used, my father read the Wall Street Journal. Here, my father, I must go and capitalize the M in my, since it's the very first letter in the very first word in the sentence. Then the second rule, or as you see here in the second example, the students, I must capitalize the T in the, because it's the very first letter in the sentence. So wherever you have whenever you come to write a sentence, you must capitalize its first letter. Then capitalize the first letter of people's names or proper names. People's names, just like your name, my name. The proper names, just like also Amman, Jordan, Iraq, country name, river name, restaurant name, a school name, and so on. Here I capitalize the A in Ahmad, the S in Saif, the T in Tasneem, the M in Maha, Amman, American citizens, Iraq, Jordan. As you see, all of them are capitalized since they are all proper and people names. Then number 3, we're moving to talk about capitalizing titles. When you come to write a title of any work, literary work, a poem, a song, a novel, a short story, you have to capitalize the first letter of each word, the old man and the C. But we have exception here. What is the exception? We have to capitalize all of them, but we don't have to capitalize the prepositions if they are used in the middle of the sentence, in the middle of the title, not in the beginning, in the middle of the title. Articles, the, anu, the, we mustn't also capitalize them if they are used in the middle of the sentence, conjunctions and or but. So any one of the fanboys, we also mustn't or haven't to capitalize it because we can't capitalize these if they used in the middle, not in the beginning. As you see here, I have the in the beginning and I have the in the middle. Here I capitalized it because it's the first word and the first letter and the first word in the title, so I have to capitalize it, even it is one of the articles. But if it come in the beginning, I must capitalize it. If it used in the middle or at the end of the title or at the end of the sentence, you don't have to capitalize it. I hope the idea is clear now. So this exception only when you're using them in the middle. Okay, of any if any of these come in the beginning, you have to capitalize it. Then let's move together to talk about point number 4, that is capitalizing the proper nouns, proper adjectives. Let's talk about capitalizing proper adjectives. Forgive my handwriting, it's okay. In the proper adjectives, let me remind you of it. What does it mean? The proper adjectives are the adjectives that formed from the proper nouns. Okay, so let me write are the adjectives that are formed from a proper noun. I'll write an example, grade 8, to make it a little bit clearer. Let's say Jordan is one of the proper nouns. Let's say America is one of the proper nouns. I'll use them. I'll use these words, these two words, as adjectives to show you what the proper adjective is. So when I come to say the Jordanian mansaf, let's say, is delicious, as you see. So here I use the proper noun Jordanian to describe the noun mansaf. Or American, when I come to say مثلا American, African people. So here I use these two adjectives to describe the noun people. So here I change these two words from being proper nouns into being proper adjectives. So when you come to use one of them before a noun or followed by a noun, it will become a proper adjective, not a proper noun. So wherever you have a proper adjective, capitalize it. As you see, I capitalize the J, I capitalize the A, I capitalize the A in Africa, so you on African, so you have to capitalize it. Okay, rule number 5. We must capitalize geographical, let's say, names. What does geographical names mean, or what does it refer to? We have continents, one of the geographical areas. Let's say bodies of water, also geographical areas, just like oceans, rivers, seas, etc. We have cities, one of the geographical areas, countries as well. We have regions, we have streets, mountains, so on. Let me provide an example for each. Let's say, as for city, let's take Amman. You can write Amman city, Aqaba city. Country, let's say Iraq, Iran, as you wish. Religion, let's take the Middle East. It is a region, so I have to capitalize it. Streets, let's take the main street. I have to capitalize it as well, forgive my mistake. Then bodies of water, let's say the Nile River, also I have to capitalize it. Let's say continents, Asia, Europe, Africa, as you wish, you have to capitalize them. So these geographical areas, and we have more than these geographical names. I'll leave them inshallah to part 2. I'll back to talk about them in details in part 2. As for point number 6 about capitalization, the point that all of you already knew, we have to capitalize the names of our animals. Okay, grade 8, we must capitalize the name of animals. Any animal, you must capitalize its name. Then rule number 7, I'll not give details on this point since this point is very clear for everyone. So I'll go to something else. I'll go for something else, that is we must capitalize the days of the week. The days of the week, the holidays, the names of holidays. We must capitalize the name of months as well. The days of the week, let me provide an example, just like Sunday, all of you knew it already. Monday, let's say. As for the holidays, let's say the New Year holiday, the Christmas holiday, and so on. The month, you know, we have June, we have July, we have May, and so on. June, July, May, so we have to capitalize all of these. I'll stop here, grade 8. Wait for the second part about capitalization. And grade 8, I have to tell you that during this week I'll send you by Ustaz Hazem, I'll send you a worksheet to do. The worksheet will be about correcting all of